in my introduction of Tim.
Okay, go ahead. We are rolling right now.
Greetings, humans. Um, uh, well, I'm on a podcast, and it's real interesting for me because you know uh, I like people that make me laugh, and boy, do we need to laugh. We need to laugh our fucking asses off right now, man. You better get laughing. Ha ha. They don't say laughter is the best medicine for nothing, folks. And these motherfuckers that can't laugh, they gotta go. Okay, if you can't laugh at yourself first, fuck you. I don't care what side of what fences you think you're on. If we can't make fun of your ass, you gotta go because you are funny, motherfuckers. It's unbelievable, but nobody can talk about how funny you are. But that's why I like this uh, Tim Dillon guy. I'm kidding. I'm
Tom and
trying to
Tim,
be
it's good.
funny.
We'll take either one.
Don't ever say Tom around me or I'll fucking snap,
That's a good point. I forgot. Sorry.
dumbass.
Yeah.
Okay, but you are so funny, and you make me laugh, laugh, laugh. Oh my God, you're real brave. I first saw your shit because my son, he goes, my sons, they have sense of humors, my daughters don't. And I
Right.
really want to talk about these women. They don't have no sense of humor, and we gotta get them laughing. And the man's job is to get these women laughing, but the men are too pussy to fucking get the women laughing. But you get the women laughing, and you're a saint.
Well, I appreciate that. We try to make everybody laugh. You hit on it big time. If you can't laugh, you got to go, because those are the people that ruin society. The people that can't have fun and can't laugh. They're the
At
most
their
dangerous
self.
people.
No, at their
Yeah.
own damn self.
Yes,
It's like, oh, you
absolutely
will not laugh at me, peons. Oh
right.
no,
Yeah,
the joke's on you and the
yeah,
people
right.
you support, not
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Well,
But
that's
Tim,
why these
that's funny,
kids.
and I love your joke where you dressed up like Jeffrey Epstein's island. How did you? Why are you still alive?
Yeah, it's a great question. We'll see. I mean, ask it a few months, you might have a different answer. But I think I'm still alive because I'm such a goofball that even the people that want to kill me might have to laugh. Like, I think that
Everybody's
that's my
got to laugh.
greatest.
It's so ridiculous. I mean, we should. This is the least time in the history of humanity we should be at all taking anything serious because it's so damn funny just as it is. You can't write this shit. Am I right?
Yeah, you can't write this shit, and people try and fail all the time to do it. But this is the craziest thing. And we had a costume designer make that Epstein Island costume. And then we just walked around Los Angeles, and, it was just kind of fun because, it makes us laugh, So if we're laughing,
Yeah.
then we figure other people will laugh because these
Everybody was
times,
laughing too. I was watching. It was of every stripe, color, and
everybody,
communique. Yeah, I was happy to see
everybody.
Americans laughing together of all classes, races, and
Yeah.
not just a donor class laughing.
Yes, and that's what comedy really does, and that's what your show did for
Yeah,
years and years on TV. It united people from all over the country, no matter how much money they made or what they looked like. And now, sadly, a lot of comedy doesn't do that. Comedy's for a very specific group. A lot of people make
yeah.
comedy for one specific group, and they might do comedy for the people that hate Trump or the people that love Trump. And I want to make everybody laugh because that's the only thing that can still unite
That's
us, so
what
we
I
don't lose
thought
our
when I
mind.
went to work on ABC. I was going to tell you I needed to start this with a prayer because it's so weird. Because where I've mutated in my mind, and also I wanted to ask you as humbly as I could. My son will say I shouldn't say this, but I'm really old now. Can you see how old I am?
You look great. You don't look that old.
What do you mean by that old?
You don't look that old. You don't look that
What's
old.
that old?
You look like you're young on another planet more than old. You look like you look like you're young on a planet of older people. Like you have an ethereal quality, like you've ascended partially, and you're like, when I look at
I
you and I listen
have.
to
You know why?
yeah,
You know
yeah.
why? because I have to like karmically deal with the fact that my character was killed.
Right.
It's dead.
They
So I'm
killed your
dead.
character in the show. Yeah, it's
But
crazy
that
that
was
they did.
me. But that was
Right.
me. So
But that
now
was
I'm like,
Roseanne.
oh my God, I've crossed over. And so now I've gone to the realm of the angels where the ascended masters are because, well, I'm dead and everything. So, okay, I can accept that I'm dead on some level. But when you're dead, that's when you either go to heaven or hell. And I know I went to heaven. I know I did. So now I'm talking like on another realm. That's why you're sensing that I am on my own planet. That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
And, because it's like, okay, I just like see how somebody doing that to somebody like me who you know, like my whole life was speaking for the voiceless, and the working people. And I like, fought every step of the way to not insult them or to insult anybody really. I just want everybody to get along and talk. And that's why I did my show. Well, I did this tweet and it got like fucking man, I have gone through hell and back. That's all I'm saying. But
Yeah, but you're on,
I
you're on the other end of it now, and I feel like you're so much smarter and you have more wisdom now than you did then. And that's why I say you're on another planet, because I feel like you literally, I'm
yeah,
not even kidding. I feel like you've gone through the vortex and you're back giving us secrets almost like from the other side, going, hey, the worst has
yeah,
happened to me. And here I am
yeah.
standing. And here's what I've learned from that.
What I've learned, it's like a fucking time warp, is what I've learned. That's why I'm wearing my which side the fuck here right here. Uh, Roseanne 2012.
And you were
And
the
y'all,
Green Party candidate in 2012.
no, I was Peace and Freedom Party, the party of Dick Gregory. I ran
Oh,
on the
wow.
same thing as Huey P. Newton and Dick Gregory. And Dick Gregory was my friend. That's why I ran for president on that party as a socialist and all. And
Yeah.
anyways, I wanted to talk about what I went through on my show sometime. So I wanted to tell you because I thought you were smart enough to hear it.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope I think
Well, you should have voted for me in 2012 is the short of it all. God
you're
damn it. So now
absolutely
you're
right.
going to have to go back in time. Everybody's got to go back in time, which is totally possible. We know it is. You've got
Yes, it
to
is.
recede back to the year 2012 and vote for me now on the
Yes. And
Peace
then,
and Freedom Party, which I could only get on 3 ballots because that's the real fucking rigged system. You can't get on
right,
no ballot nowhere if you represent working people in this country.
you can't.
You
That's a,
can't get
that's
on no ballot
absolutely
nowhere.
nowhere. No, it's not designed for those people that you did your show for. They still, they don't have a voice, and it's very hard for them to have a voice in politics. And culturally now they don't have a voice. They had a voice with shows like yours, but even culturally now, a lot of those people don't seem to have a voice, because those are the people that are always kind of looked down on in Hollywood, and people say that they're racist and that they're not smart or that they're not. But the reality is, those people, all they want to do
Those
is
people that the press talks about, they don't fucking exist.
correct. Yes, I
The
agree with you.
real people are so fucking smart and educated. They're like, first of all, they're way ahead of everyone else because A, they know how to grow a fucking tomato.
Right,
So they're
right,
way the fuck out ahead of everybody else, for
right.
starts.
Yeah. No,
And
they have skills
you
that
get,
we don't have.
do you even know what could be coming in the future? No, you don't, because you're just paralyzed with bullshit. But you better
Right,
get past the bullshit and just get ready. If you're going to keep going down this hating road, that's all you're going to
right.
get back. Everybody, that's all you're going to get back. Jake just sent an text to me, let him talk.
Oh,
Go.
stop. No, we listen, I want to hear you talk. What
Yeah,
I
I know.
think.
That's what I was going to
Right.
say. Now, you're smart enough to recognize that I'm far more interesting than you, right?
I do. I do.
See, Jake, I
Listen.
tell you he'd say that. Jake says, Mother, he'll be insulted.
No, stop it. I have at least 10 years before I am killed off my show. So I'm trying to learn. So I'm learning from you. I'm learning from you,
Don't
Roseanne.
do it. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Should I not? I should just stay independent and do all my own stuff online, right? Is
Own
that the
your own
move?
shit. That's what I've been trying to do, and every other artist that came up from the fucking streets. That's real OG shit. I mean, all we ever try to do was own our own work, and also, have a say in and a taste of those distribution channels, shall we call them?
Yeah.
Because
Do you
that's our
still,
sweat.
yeah. Do you still, is there anybody that said that you did your show with that, that still talks to you, still checks up on you every now and then, or not really?
Oh my God, you've got to hear what I write. See, that's
Yeah.
why I wanted to see if you were smart enough to get this.
Let's try.
What? What are you pointing to?
You're trying to find the thing.
No, I got it right here. Thanks for helping me, you son of a bitch.
Is
Trying
that
to
one of the humorless
upstage me?
daughters?
No, that's my
It's already
slave.
open. It is right there. I'm right.
That's my employee that
Good.
I treat as a slave and
As you should.
underpay and overwork, like every one of my people.
Yes.
Wait, can you see this?
No, he won't.
He won't see this.
I won't
So
see
I
it, but I
better
can
not
listen.
go there. Now I better go over here. Hold on. I hate the internet. It's devil. It's the devil himself. I pray for your generation that don't know that this is the devil himself running you here on this internet, boys and girls.
We're in big trouble, my generation.
That's why I have spent the last 20 years when I wasn't working going all over the world. And you know what I've been doing? I've been collecting people's holy implements from every single religion. And I got them on my hands that people give me their rings that mean something to them and their bracelets and stuff I got
Oh,
all
that's
over
why.
the world.
I thought they were
And
brass
it's all
knuckles.
everybody's hope for peace in the world. And that's what people want is peace.
Yeah.
They don't want to fight no more. There's no reason to fight. They want peace and they want their kids took care of.
It's the same thing, and yet all of our leaders seem to avoid peace at all costs somehow.
Hey, you got to kick a lot of fucking ass if you want peace, brother.
That's true. I agree. Peace through advanced nuclear armament. Yeah, yeah.
Are we going to drop the big one? I hope not. That's why I'm wearing these peace symbols. Can
Well,
we
I don't
not
think
drop
we're
the
gonna
big one?
We're not going to drop the big one, but if we're going to drop the big one, we might have to drop it on ourselves because it's getting a little
Yeah,
wild
no.
over here. It's getting a little wild over here. LA's
That's why
on
we've
fire.
got to be We've got to be lovers, not haters. People want peace. Now just calm the fuck down. Now I want to ask why your generation of males is so castrated that they can't go home and simply find a way to calmly and rationally ask their loved women, their mothers, sisters, daughters, wives, women friends, to just please sit down and
Yes.
STFU. Please stop ramping
Yeah.
up the hate because it's
Yeah,
all coming from women, and the men are afraid to stop them.
Well, I agree
What do
with
you
you on
think
those.
of that?
I think it's college. I think college ruined everything. I believe that. I think that like a lot of these garbage junk theories in college, and they're taught by people that have not had any experience in the real world, and they spend their entire life in a classroom and they just kind of sit up there and they tell people how life is, even though they haven't ever lived it. Those people are becoming a real problem. So a lot of people have said abolish the police. I've suggested abolishing teachers.
Well, not good teachers. See, you all guys
Not
always
good
go too
ones.
far.
Not
Huh?
good ones, but not good ones, but a lot of the professors at college are not good.
Well, here's what the Bible says, and I'm sure you're unfamiliar with it. So,
I'm aware that it is a book,
yeah.
but if
Well,
I
here's
don't,
something you may
my
not.
generation can't handle reading. So if the Bible's on TikTok, let me know, and I might be able to get involved.
No, we can't have TikTok. That's got to go. That's the devil.
I know, but it's fun dancing. But it is the devil. I would agree.
No, they were showing some cute kids, and then they cut real fast and chopped up kittens. They're
Oh,
mind controlling and traumatizing children. We gotta
oh, that's
go.
hard.
None of that shit. We're not. We're done with mind control. It's gone. Bye bye.
Yeah, I
No, we're
agree with
done.
you. I agree. Yeah,
We're not going to
it's
let it,
very bad.
because these are the people's airwaves, and I am. Listen. People don't understand who I am. I am a ghost of Christmas past, motherfuckers.
I think you're the ghost of Christmas future.
Maybe so,
Yeah,
but it's
I
been
think
a
you're.
trip.
Yeah, it has been a trip. I mean, you've lived a great life. And you're still living it, and I think that's why you but yeah, I think it's a college. I think that's a real problem. And people need to go out and live life. They can't sit and hear other people in a
We
classroom
don't
tell
go
them.
to college.
Yeah.
Only a small minority of people go to college.
Yes, but you
The
know what? They're the problem.
Most people can't afford college.
Correct. But the small group that go, they become the issue.
Why do you say that? Are you talking about professors, specific kinds of professors?
Yeah, I think there's these theories that are going on right now. A lot of them are
Well,
critical
do you
theories.
think they're commies or what?
Well, some of them maybe. I think
Some
some of them are
people say they
careerists.
might be commies,
Some
huh?
of them are commies. Some of them just want
Right?
a job, so they spew whatever bullshit they can spew to keep their job.
Nope. I happen to listen.
Yeah,
I'm almost 80 years old, son.
that's wild.
Yeah. So I ask you respectfully to zip that lip.
I will absolutely.
Okay. Now I hang around with those people, you see,
Yes.
because I used to be a lefty. In fact, I wrote most of the fucking lefty bullshit they're going around spouting right now in my campaign of 2012. And if you'll look it up, you'll see that almost all that narrative they used, even their Green New Deal shit, I wrote it. Like I wrote every other fucking thing in this culture that they stole from me. But they can kiss my ass because I can always write. And they
Right.
can't.
That's true.
Right? Isn't that a gift to write?
Writing is great and talking is great. And I just worry about this. A lot of the things people want to do now, I think, maybe are not so good because they are dividing people, and you see out in the
Yeah.
streets, people are not too happy.
Well, how are we going to get these motherfuckers to get together? We got to make them laugh, 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 right?
I think so. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to be goofy and silly and stupid, and I hope
Well,
that people.
let's see you do that right now. I'm going to do
Well,
it right by showing my arm flab, and I
yeah,
think I could get. I think people should see that because I do think it's funny, and I don't know why it just has a mind of its own. Because he'll be my I'll just go like this, but it'll keep going. Why? I mean, it is like a chicken kind of not, but
what
watch
is the
it
thing?
keep
What
on
is the thing?
going.
What is
It flaps.
what is the
I
thing you
mean,
have on
that's
your
weird
head?
to have
Like,
something on your head on your body that flaps. That must be what
absolutely,
balls feel like or something.
they do. They
Does that
flap.
feel like your
Absolutely.
balls like that?
That's absolute. I wish my balls were on my arm.
But I mean, is that what it feels like when, like, guys are walking, but their balls are flapping all in in their shorts and stuff
That's
still, right?
exactly what it feels like. Yes, 100%. We just can't
Do
show
you
them like
like being a man?
then we go to jail. Um.
What's the
Yes.
best thing about being a man? Tell me.
Hmm. It's a good question. I don't know. Peeing, standing up is a big one, but the best thing about being
What?
a man, I think, is Men have more camaraderie than women. Women hate each other. Men don't.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, we
That's what
don't
I
just
think.
hate each other. We hate men too.
That's
We
also
hate
true.
everybody.
Right. Yeah, I don't feel as much
Women hate
hatred.
everybody.
Yeah. I don't feel as much hatred with members of my gender as there seems to be on the other side of the aisle. I
How are
couldn't
you
do
going
it.
to
It's
go tell
exhausting.
these women to be quiet a while and amp down the hate? Because they're just all hysterical and shit.
Well, we need
That
them to do
soy
it.
they're
They're not
pumping
gonna
on
listen.
them. I figured out it's Starbucks is doing it.
Yeah. What are they? It's the
You
caffeine?
think? Huh?
It could be. I think Starbucks should do a new plan where if women come in and are very quiet, they get an extra shot of espresso, but they have to be very quiet.
I bet not a one of them could do it.
No one could. They couldn't. If there was $100 offered,
No,
they
but
wouldn't do
women,
it.
I notice about women, they're walking around talking to themselves out loud, whether it be on a phone in a public place. They don't care that everybody's listening to them. And, but basically they're just walking around with something in their hand, talking real loud to themselves. It's so
Yeah. Well,
fucking bizarre.
maybe a lot of women weren't listened to for a while, so now they feel like it's time to talk. Is that possible? I don't know.
They just want to talk
Yeah. Which is
because
okay.
nobody's hearing them. Because nobody's hearing them, so they got to keep saying it over and over because nobody's really hearing it. That's the
Yeah.
problem. Nobody's really hearing it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how we're going to get I think everybody's talking right now and nobody's listening.
That's what pisses me the fuck off.
Right.
Because, I'm the one
Yeah.
that needs to be talking, because I'm funnier than every other motherfucker out there and always have been.
I agree.
And,
I agree.
there's absolutely no contest at all.
So how do you think we do it?
In
How do
my
we
mind.
get people to quiet down? What's your idea?
I think they should admire my expressive jowls more.
That's that's certainly one way to do it. What is the jewel you have on your head? Is that like a Hindu thing?
It's a Hebrew thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. That's my third Jew eye right there.
That's what I was
am a
saying. It looks like a
Jewess.
third eye.
I am a Jewess. I just wanted to say that. And I'm Rasta and all these other ones too. I'm all these here and I'm all
Yeah.
these here. I'm like Boy George, but except for I'm a man.
You're all the religions of the world.
I'm everything, yeah. And
How do you
every
think-
gender
Yeah,
and
as
color
we all
and nation.
as we all are. Who do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think will happen with the election? You think it'll be peaceful? Whoever wins, you think people are going to be peaceful, or you think people are going to go nuts?
I think they're all going to go nuts far before the election. I think they want us all to go nuts so there won't be an election.
That seems to be the case. The media keeps telling us all the time, "Get ready, get ready, get
They're
ready."
trying to get us all riled up. Listen,
Yeah,
that's what I'm telling you bitches out there. This is your grandma, and to many, your great grandma. In fact, nowadays, to most, I'm your great grandma because I'm pushing 80. Now, you better just shut up and listen to me because I have not ever lied to you, and I'm not going to start now. Nor do I need to say any of this, but I want to, because I love you. Because I feel like I raised a lot of y'all, and I'm not going to give up now. Not when things are so bad. Well, if you'll just start thinking positive and putting out a positive thought towards other people, you will draw back a positive vibe into yourself, and that helps charge your battery for doing good things. Now, there's your secret of all these here religions and everything else, but I think that's the nut of it, and I do think it's true. And
Yeah.
let's just
You got
stop. Let's
yeah.
just stop. Let's get some jokes about how stupid fucking everybody is.
Everybody is too stupid to be believed right now. But a lot of those people
Who do
that are
you
being
think's the funniest?
who do I think is the fun? Well, Joe Biden's very funny because he's not alive. So that's always funny to me when someone's not
Well, neither
alive.
am I. Oh
Well,
my
that's
God,
true.
I'm like Mrs. Joe Biden. No, I'm
You
not.
are kind of Mrs. Joe Biden, but you're doing better than him. And so what's really funny about Joe Biden is he's not doesn't exist, and yet he's running for president. So that to me is very funny.
Well, I just want to say to this is that I see I want to say a prayer for Joe Biden
Yes.
because well, he might have done a lot of wrong things. There's nobody who didn't in our government, and he probably did a few good ones, probably by accident,
Sure.
but he did, and maybe they started off good. Uh, Nobody's all bad or all good. We have to remember that.
That's
But it
true.
doesn't. None of that does. It doesn't really matter. It's like where are we going now, folks? Are we gonna
Right.
go? Is some of us gonna, go to jail? A lot of us um, gonna
Right.
get agitated until we go to jail, or are we gonna vote for Trump? That's my
Right.
point of view.
Right. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because a lot of people are saying Trump's going to lose again, but I mean, they said that
Lose
the first
again?
time he won. Well, you know
He
what I
never
mean, win again.
lost. What do you mean lose
That,
again?
of course. No, I understand that.
Saying he's gonna lose like they did with Hillary.
Yes, exactly. And I think
But
that he
I
might pull
think
it
they're
off.
going to bring Hillary back. Do you? Do you think Hillary's going to step in by draft at the last minute? Because they're going to say, because Joe is he. I want to pray for him to be well.
Right.
I do.
Well, I think
Because
I
he
think
looks
what
like he's
well,
not well.
what may happen is Kamala Harris may put Joe Biden in jail at the convention or the one of the debates, and then Hillary might walk out, and then that'll be a great moment of political theater in America.
That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
it's
all
a
in the
show.
bag, isn't it? Isn't
It's a
it all in
show.
the bag?
A
It is
lot
a
of it's
show.
the
It's a
bag.
movie.
It's a movie that we
It's a
keep watching.
movie.
You know what it is, Roseanne? It's a soap
Well, it's so
opera where
entertaining.
yeah, you get sick of it and you stop watching. That's what it is. It's a soap opera where 20 years in, you go, I've watched General Hospital enough. I'm bored and I'm shutting it off. And that's kind of how I feel. I almost feel like I want to shut it off some days. I go, I don't want to watch this movie today. I just want to go outside and look at the sun because it's nice.
Well, I'm waiting for the kaboom. I've been waiting 4 years for the boom, 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 which
Yeah,
is like the big reveal, like Geraldo's, when he dug up that tomb of whoever the hell Geraldo was digging up somebody's tomb. Oh my God, that's what I knew. America was on its way to hell in a handbasket. Digging up a gangster's tomb on TV, if that didn't send us all our souls straight to hell for watching that one. I
right.
knew they were doing TV to send people's souls straight to hell.
Now we look on that as the good times. Those were the good. Just digging up graves. Let's just go back to that. That was morning television back then. That was ABC daytime.
God, remember that when Geraldo was digging up his grave? Al Capone!
Yes.
But how did he get the rights to the. Here's what I was thinking. How did
Yeah.
he get the rights to Al Capone's tomb?
Oh,
Or
I'm
was
sure
it
they
his
figured it
briefcase
out.
or something? I can't remember. Was it his
I'm sure.
tomb?
I remember that it kind of they were trying to dig up his grave, but
It
I'm
was
sure
it
that
his
it never.
garage? I can't remember. Somebody help
I,
me.
yeah,
Was
I
it
don't
his
eat. I don't know.
garage or his suitcase? Jake!
Well, yeah, Geraldo will dig up whatever he needs to dig up. I think.
One time I saw Geraldo at the Playboy Mansion,
Yeah,
and he,
that sounds
oh, I
like a
used
sexy.
to go there to the Playboy Mansion because I
That
knew
must
that was a, huh?
that must have been fun.
What?
That must have been fun at the Playboy Mansion.
Well, I was going in there as a spy, you know, because my whole life I've always thought I was here to be a spy.
You might be.
Yeah, I always thought I was a spy because I was like, Christ, where in the fuck are these people coming up with this shit? This I gotta see. And then I go home and try to pour bleach in my eyes and go,
Yeah.
God, why did you make me see that? I
Yeah.
didn't ask to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
Crying out loud.
now there's no Playboy mansions. I think with everything's online now, nothing's real. So there's no real
Well,
place
that's
that I
even
can go.
worse for
I
fucking up
know,
your mind,
I
for fucking
know,
with your
I know.
mind. Now you can go to hell in a handbasket, literally, meet the devil and have him, bend you over in the alley, like
I know.
what
And
happened
then
to
put it on
Corey
OnlyFans.
Haim. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. It's bad
God, the
because you can't.
devils are all in Hollywood. Everybody knows that, don't you?
There's a, well, there's a lot of devils there, but there's some on Wall Street and there's some in Washington D.C. and there's probably a fair amount scattered throughout the country. You know?
Oh, they're all over the place. And a lot of times, here's my message, because everybody's
Yeah.
out there devil hunting and all that.
Right.
The worst, the worst is when you figure out, oh, fuck, I'm a devil myself. And I didn't even know it.
Yeah. That's
That's the
the
worst.
big one. That's the big
Huh?
one. Yeah.
Ain't it? And I didn't even know it.
Yeah. Well, that's real. That's when you're really woke. You figure that out. Like that's real transcendent shit. That's the deep
Yeah.
stuff that you went and learned on your home planet that you're now sharing with us.
Now, I never have been immortal. I knew that since I was 3. At 3 years of age, I realized I was not mortal. I had my first vision at age 3.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, it
What
was wild.
do you
Jake
remember
knows
what it
all
was?
about it. Yeah, I wrote about it in my first and second and third book. You can find it if you wanna.
I will. I'll find
Who
it. I'll
gives
go
a
get
shit?
those.
I live by the motto of my friend Frank Zappa, who I think it was me that asked him. Well, I did ask him, but I think a million others did as well. I said, how do you want to be remembered? Everyone asked him that. And he said, I don't really care if I'm remembered or not. I thought that was the fucking hippest thing anybody ever said.
That's a
I
great
love
fucking
that.
way to say it.
Ain't that
That's a
great?
that's
That's
a
the way
great
to
way to
be.
say it. That's the best way to say it
Mhm.
because life is in the moment, and who cares? Who cares what they say
Yeah.
about you afterwards? You know,
After
it's
they
the
kill
same.
you, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You're dead. What the fuck?
right. Doesn't matter. It doesn't
Might as well
matter. But
come
they,
back as a ghost. Hey, I'm
right?
coming back as a ghost now
Yeah,
with
you
wings. I have wings.
you
See, I have my
you
own wings.
you've returned to us like a spirit to warn
An
us about the
angel.
future.
Yes,
An
I'm
angel
warning you to go back to 2012 and vote
and
for
vote
me
for
then,
you.
and none of this shit would have happened.
Yeah, and also and also watch out for the devils. It's good advice. I'll tell you that much. It's good advice.
They're
Are you
all
back
in
on the
you, or
cigarettes?
you wouldn't
I
see
love
them.
I love cigarettes too. They're so bad, but they're so good.
Oh, they're the devil himself, aren't they?
I know, but aren't they tasty? I try
Well,
not
yeah,
to
I
smoke.
figure you got to give the devil his due. That's where people fuck up. They don't give the devil his due.
Oh, I do. Yeah,
Am I right?
I do. I try not to smoke, but it's so hard because sometimes they're very inviting. You know, they work. Cigarettes work, and most things don't, but cigarettes always work,
They
and they
always
look so
fucking
damn
work.
cool. They just look cool.
I would go 10 years quit,
Yeah,
10
me too. I went
fucking
that.
years.
Yeah, and
How long
still
did
look.
you go?
I went 7 years.
Oh, shit. What got you back on it?
I was sitting outside and at my friend's house, and we were in his garage, and we were just making funny videos. And I just started smoking in the videos because it was funnier. A guy yelling and smoking is funnier than a guy yelling and not smoking.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
just one of the rules. That's just one of the rules. I didn't make the rules,
Yeah,
but some of them we follow.
I know. That
So
reminds me of what Groucho said one time. He said, everything's funnier when it's bent, not broke.
right, right.
Isn't that
That's a
good?
great fucking line. That's a great fucking line.
How
So
old were
then
you when you knew you were funny?
good question. Very young. Very young, I think. I was
When
an
did you
actor.
get your first laugh?
I got my first laugh at a family party when I made a face because my mother had tried to make chocolate pudding the way my grandmother did. My mother's not a good cook. She's a boomer, and they didn't learn how to cook that good. So I put the chocolate thing in my mouth, and I threw the spoon down, and I went, ah! And the whole room exploded in laughter. And then I realized, I was like, oh, you can get away with doing anything you want as long as it's funny, as long as you get the laugh. But if you don't get the laugh, I was going to get my ass kicked. But thank God everyone laughed,
Right.
because then my mother can't smack me after everybody's laughed, because now she looks like the bad guy.
Yeah, but what compelled you to do the thing? Because you knew you were taking a big chance your mom might smack you.
Yeah, but I said, I've got all these people in the room and they're all looking at me, and why waste that moment? I was like, what a
What
wasted moment
what
to
to
not.
get a laugh on your mom?
Got to get a laugh on mom. I got all the eyes pinned on me. I got to get a laugh on mom. And why not? The worst thing that happens is I get smacked, but I had been smacked and I knew I'd get smacked again. So I said, why not get the laugh?
Yeah. And your mom wasn't pissed.
She wasn't pissed because she understood her cooking sucked, you know? That's part of comedy. It's like part of comedy is like a lot of true things. And she understood that her cooking sucked and that was just life. And you know, she got it.
Who made you funny, your mom or your dad or both?
My mother's schizophrenic and she's
Oh, that's
very, very
funny.
funny. She's
Yeah.
very, very funny, and
Schizophrenics are hilarious.
she's very funny. And the only person she trusts, she loves Trump. She does, and
Of course.
yeah, she gets it. And schizophrenics are very funny. She was always very funny. And she collected Beanie Babies and McDonald's toys, and she was brutally honest with people, no
Uh-huh.
matter what. And she was terribly embarrassing in restaurants and places like that, because
Yeah,
if
I
somebody
know the
said, "Do you
type.
like this?" Yeah, she yeah, you too, you might know. And like she would just always give her real opinion no matter what. And that made for a lot of fun because I didn't realize that nobody wanted honesty until I started listening to my mother. Because I said, you know, my mother is the most honest person I know, and everybody's upset with her all of the time. So then I
Yeah.
started to realize as a teenager, oh, nobody really wants honesty. People want you to say things to make them feel good.
Well, or she just wasn't saying it funny enough, maybe.
That's exactly right. It was funny to me, but
Uh-huh.
it wasn't as funny as it needed to be. You know, my aunt would give her
You
like a
think she was
shirt.
doing it just to make you laugh?
Some of it, I don't think so. It was just who she was. You know, my aunt would give her a shirt, and my mom would go, "Thank you. I would never wear this, but thank you very much," and she would put it down. You know, and my mother would, you know, she would go to a restaurant and she would call the
I think
waitress over.
that's a nice thing to say that's the truth.
Yes, but
I think that's a
you and
nice
my mother
thing
would
to
get
say.
along. Yeah, I know, but
Uh-huh.
the truth is not always what people want, but that's what my mother gave them, the truth. So that's why I
Yeah.
think I'm funny, because I watched her be funny without even knowing it for many years.
That's a good joke, though, when you think about it. It's all in the delivery, because I could get a laugh at that going, oh, thank you very much. I'll never wear that, but thank you so much.
Yeah,
You know,
your inflection was better.
that's a good joke.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad one. But she was the funnier one. Her and my dad, uh he wasn't that funny. But she was very, very funny. And then my grandparents were kind of funny too. They had hard lives, but they really made the best of those lives and end up being successful. But they were funny because they had had pain, and that's what made them funny.
Like, how are they funny?
My grandmother used to drink scotch every night, and she would just insult everybody, and she would insult me.
I love
She was
that.
just brutal, and you would only hear the ice clinking in her glass of scotch when she insulted me. And her
What was
eyes never
some of her
left.
insults? Do you remember
Yeah.
her insult?
Yeah. She would just call you a louse, and she would say you're a carnival barker. These were all Depression era insults, and she would say, go shit in your hat. She said to me once at McDonald's, I ordered a bunch of things, and she goes, why don't you get one thing? And I said, Grandma, why? And she goes, because you're one person. Like, she was always kind of just really nailing you. And then she would always look at the TV. She would never take her eyes off the TV when she insulted you. So she'd always be staring at Oprah and insulting you. And she would just destroy you. And, she would just, she'd say things like, I hope you're smarter than your father. And she'd just drink,
Yeah, that's kind of a Tourette'sy thing.
Yeah, it's
when
probably
you're
one.
staring at the TV and talking out your side of your mouth, that's a autistic kind of on the spectrum
Tick.
thing.
It was a little tick, but her tick was always pointed at all of us. But it was very funny.
I did that to all my kids. I said,
Yeah.
kids, I gathered them together and I said, kids, I don't know how to tell you this, but I owe it to you. I recently found out that your dad, I didn't know it at the time. And for whatever it means, well, let's just say it like this. I found out that your dad he's a reptilian.
Yeah, I mean, our families, I think, are a big reason why we're funny, or the way we grow up.
Do you think that's funny? Would that get a laugh?
I think so. I think the word reptilian is just a funny word.
Isn't it? Everybody's calling everybody a reptilian.
Yeah, when somebody tells me what political party I vote for, I always say I vote for the reptilian. It's the best. It's the best way to get away from a political conversation. You go, I vote for the reptilian. Unless there's an insectoid. Then you say to them, you go, unless there's an insectoid who makes a good point, then maybe I'll vote for an insectoid. But it's primarily reptilian.
Well, I mean, what the hell? What kind of a choice are we getting? What in the fuck? I don't know. What's going to happen? Are we all going to be at each other's throats? I think people are going to go nuts before the election, and then there won't be no election. So could people just go vote like they normally would? Please don't don't politicize voting, for fuck's sake. Come on, people. Just go vote like you normally would, and just
go out and vote and turn it off. The media has terrorized everybody. Yeah, the media has terrorized everybody about everything, and we've all.
Well, you don't know which one's a lie and which one's the truth. You could spend your whole life trying to read it. You just have to give up and just go, hey, they say for election, you go, is my life better than it was 4 years ago? But then you think about all the shit that was thrown in our way. How do we know?
And then people don't want to admit
shit was thrown at people.
A lot of your life being better or worse has nothing to do with the president. I mean, a lot of it is just, is your life better or worse? Did you choose to make it better or worse? I mean, that's a big part of, I think, what people forget is that you have a power of, you talked about it earlier, positive thinking. You have power to make things better. And, there's a limited amount that the government's going to do to make your life great or bad.
Well, I think I think we're being given a real clear choice. It's like, which one are we going to harness? The power of division and hate, or the power of unity and love? And I hope we go for love just this once in our history as a country. Let us choose the right way and go for love.
Well, no matter what happens, I think there's very little chance of love.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. But just
But if
this
we can go
one,
for,
wouldn't it be cool?
yeah, just this,
Wouldn't it be cool if all these amulets actually worked, as I'm
yeah,
saying from the other side now?
I
Maybe,
hope.
here, let them
Yeah,
work. Let them work
yeah,
on
I
your
hope they
sorry
do.
asses. Try to
Yeah,
receive some of this shit, you fucking idiots.
I hope they do work. Either the amulets or the cigarettes. Something's gonna work.
It's kind of fucking work. I'm getting so close to death now. I've given it all I got. People,
Yeah,
straighten out your own fucking shit. Isn't I'm so God damn it? Just straighten out your own fucking own house, and everything is going to get better. If
that's what
one
I
million
think.
of you straightened out your own fucking house by tomorrow, everything would improve 1,000,000%. Straighten out
Yes,
your
I
own
agree.
shit.
I agree.
Because
Stop
you're
working out.
seeing the shit you do. That's why you're seeing it. You're seeing
Right.
evil because you're part of it. You're profiting from it and you're not speaking up. That's why you're
Yeah.
seeing it. So there's your
Yeah.
big hello.
Yeah.
Stop it. It doesn't need to happen anymore. It can all be in the past. We can just forgive and move forward
And I hope that
and make
that's,
it
yeah,
right.
I hope that's the result of everything is that we can move forward and people can learn to laugh and we can, kind of get back to not living on a computer screen and realizing that we got oceans and beaches and there's sun and, there's things you can do to get away from this 24-hour fear porn, which is what the media does. It's fear pornography and you can get away from that and actually enjoy your life.
Well, people can also, form together that really care about having good local government because it really does start at
Yes.
that level. Good
And good
local
local
government is what
cool
protects
things.
children, and that's what we all need to worry about is protecting our own children, our own neighborhoods, and that's where it
100%.
needs to start. So let's
Yeah,
just
100%.
start it. We don't have to go through all this shit. Let's just do it now. Let's change.
Let
Bing, there we go. Let's
yes.
do it.
And not everything has to be global. It can be local. It doesn't have to be
Local is
solving
what
every
matters.
problem.
Just like
Local is what
as you and I know, we start local when we do our cigarette, right?
yes. Yes, we do. And we do our comedy. You go around to places and you go to different towns and you go, some towns really got it figured out. And you go, some towns, you go, get me the hell out of there.
What's your favorite town?
Well, for comedy, I like Washington, D.C., because there's so much
Oh,
evil and corruption that when I call it out, everybody's shocked and it's funny because there's so much tension there that you could kind of explode it. But I like
that's
East Coast.
cool.
Yeah. I like DC a lot, but I like Boston and Philly and New York, and I like the East Coast a lot. And I love the West Coast. I like the Comedy Store, but I grew up on the East Coast and I like it. But to the kind of comedy I do, I love Washington, D.C., because there's a lot of demons that come out. But you tell them they're demons and they understand it and they laugh.
What kind of audience do you get? What kind of audience do you draw?
I think it's people that want to laugh at how fucked up the world is. Dark comedy, those videos are dark. We don't shy away from things. People that want to laugh at what's really happening. And I think that's really the audience that we get. People that know that it's a comedy club and they should lighten up. And I'm not a congressman and I don't have to, I'm not serious, but I'm going to talk a lot of shit and it's going to be fun. And you're going to eat chicken wings and drink vodka and then maybe after the show we'll have a cigarette and that's really it, and then you can move on and then do your good local government because I'm not going to have any part in that. I'm not getting the I'm
Right,
not getting the town council together. I'm a Saturday night
right.
lounge act and people that enjoy that are my people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, the late night lounge act, you come out, sit in a dark room and laugh at some stuff that you can't say in your office because you'll get fired.
Yeah, that is a lot of fun. People can't really perform too much now with COVID, though, right?
Well, it's starting to lighten up. I mean, I think there's certain people in our country that want COVID to go on for the next 28 years. But I think eventually people are
Well,
going
it
to have
is
to start.
bad for us old folk.
Yeah, it is not good for the old people, but not people like you because you're shielded from COVID because you're the atmosphere of your planet prevents COVID from entering. I don't know
True.
if you know that.
I'm already
Yeah, correct.
dead. Yeah,
Right. But I think we all got to be careful, but we all also have to like be rational and we got to think.
right,
And we can't just sit at home in our houses on the computers hating each other all day and go, well, who
right.
does this benefit? Who's this benefiting? If we're not going outside and talking to people and we're not in our communities, we're sitting here and we're all on the computer angry. And then, well, who wants us angry? Who wants us
Well,
divided?
why don't people just? Here's my suggestion. I think everyone should stay home because I'm old and I don't want them bringing that funky ass disease around me. I don't want the people delivering my trash or what have you. I don't want them having COVID. I've
But they don't.
quarantined from my own family. What?
I will. I agree with you. I'm
What?
quarantining from my. I'm going to quarantine away from my family even when there's a vaccine.
Me too. I like it this way.
Yeah, I'm going to quarantine throughout Thanksgiving for the next 5 years, no matter what happens, out of respect
Me
for the
too.
heroes.
Every time I'm around my grandkids, I get sicker than a fucking dog.
Right.
Every time I see them, one of them's got green snot in their fucking nose and they're hacking,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
get
So
sicker than a
you
fucking dog.
just see them through a Zoom meeting. You see them online.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
cute.
But I miss live shows. We just started to do live shows, and I miss real people. And getting out there feels good, and I'm being safe and careful, and that's what everybody's got to
Why don't you
do.
do town
But
halls? Why don't you charge a bunch of people money to go to like a church or something and they'll put you on Zoom and you'll do a live stand up on Zoom.
well, I don't know. I kind of like the real feel of it, the feel of the being on stage, the feel of being in a real
They're fucking
environment.
germs all over you. They're fucking germs all over you, for fuck's sake.
I know, but you know what? I mean, there's germs all over us. And by the way, when we all sit in our houses with no germs, and then we leave our houses, and then all of a sudden we all gonna start getting really sick because our immunity, we have no immunity to anything. That doesn't seem like a good idea either.
Well, now that you put it that way, no, it doesn't.
You know, I mean, our immune systems are strong because we're encountering germs. If we're all gonna sit
Oh,
in a, yeah. So then, I think we
that's
go
what
on
my
little by
daughter
little.
says. I
Yeah,
said to my daughter, she talks that line of shit like you. And
yeah,
I said, oh, so that means when the kids are sick, they're actually healthy. I get it. Yeah, they're building up
yes,
their immunity. I see. So that's good. So
that's
while they're
good.
sick, that's good. Yeah, I get
That's
it.
good. But I think we're going to get through this COVID. We're going to get on the other end of it, and then, I think people hopefully are going to, start coming out when they're comfortable.
You think people, they're not going to come out when they're comfortable, for fuck's sake. They're going to come out when they're ready to kill.
Well, that's also an option. That is another option. So I'm hoping that.
They need to turn
I'm
off their
hoping,
media and handle their fucking brats. That's who's
yeah,
out there running the streets. They're fucking ungrateful little bastard brats that they never even spend 2 minutes with. Why
that's
don't you talk to
exactly
your
right.
kids and find out why they're fucking so psycho and
Yeah,
bored? Why don't you fucking deal with that? Put down your
yeah.
machines and fucking deal with that. Everybody better get right with God right away. That's my message because we're all going bye bye as I see it. You'll all be up here with me on this planet soon.
We certainly seem to be at the end of something.
Yeah.
We're at the end of a cycle, and we don't know what the new cycle is going to be, but we do feel like we're at the end of a cycle. That's what this feels like.
That's why I'm telling you, you better turn your ass around and jump back to 2012 and vote for me. That's the only hope. Jump back to 2012 and vote for me because I
Who is
laid
your
it
vice
all out.
president?
Listen to
Who is
my
your vice?
speeches.
Who was your vice president?
My vice president actually resigned the second day after she accepted the nomination.
Why did she do that? She couldn't take the heat?
Because, well, that is a huge political discussion that we'll have sometime.
Okay.
About why I left the left. Why I left the left. But anyway, do you want to hear this? Jake, have I gone on too long now? I probably have. Blabbing. He never answers me, so I don't fucking know.
Well, because he can't reach you on your wavelength, on your frequency.
Well, I'm going to let you listen, okay? I'll only read one paragraph.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You can go when you want.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt, is why I don't answer.
I want to hear it.
Okay. This is when I was working on my show, the reboot, the 10th season of Roseanne, which thank God is available. And, anyway, well, anyways, I was doing the show and there was a Hillary hater and a Trump hater both in the family. And they hadn't talked for months because, they both hate each other's guts, you see. And so I thought, well, I was going to have I thought it was making space for two killer jokes. One anti-Trump and one anti-Hillary joke,
Right.
Because I thought, oh man, this is a pop kaboom, a double joke that evens it out, because I hadn't heard any jokes where it was even. It was like 99.90, right?
Yeah, it was a great thing about
What?
I said it was a great thing about your show is that you had that tension there, but it was equal.
Yeah, because I do think everybody's right and everybody's a little right and everybody's a little wrong. So why don't we just work together and get 100% right? That's what they don't want. That's their worst fucking fear, because they're stealing our money while they're keeping that shit going. They're keeping us at each other's throat and they're stealing all our money.
Yes,
all
that's
of
100%
them.
true.
They're all crooked, every fucking one of them.
Yes.
Fucking perverts too. Can't keep in their pants if their fucking life depended on it.
Yeah, that seems to be coming out more and more. They're absolutely right.
For Christ's sakes. That's what bugs me about men. There should be no men in government, or at least 53% should be female, by definition of the population.
It should just be women like Hillary Clinton and Ocasio-Cortez.
No, me. No, I'm talking about me. In 2012,
I
laid it out.
I will support. You will support you.
I declared myself president for life in 2012. I just want you to know that. So I am. So anyway, they refused to. It was like the fourth day of shooting, and they hadn't brought me one anti-Hillary joke yet. But every time they came down to bring me jokes, they were all anti-Trump, every one of them.
Right.
And they go, you got to admit this is a great joke. And I go, I do got to admit it. I do got to admit that is a fucking great joke. But I get to pick the greatest Trump joke of all, because I can't have 57 anti-Trump jokes in the show.
Right.
You get one, and the other side gets. It's got to be balanced.
Right.
Okay. So every day passed without one anti-Hillary. As usual, Wednesday, with my staff writers, who they all pretended like that. I'll tell you how I picked them. I want to talk about how I picked my writers. But anyways, as usual, Wednesday, I said, do you want me to write the joke? You want me to write it?
What'd they say?
Then I just stare at them.
Who finally wrote the joke? Who finally wrote the anti-Hillary joke?
But
Did
I
anyone
did
write the anti-Hillary
portray.
joke? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Was it Whitney Cummings who wrote it?
of course not. No, she could never. No, she would never even entertain the idea.
Right.
No, 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 not me. No, no. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm all for the people, but no.
Right. Right. Right.
I know a lot of people, working people, that I grew up with
Right.
that do like Trump,
Of
but
course.
no.
Right.
Huh? Okay,
Right.
so I'm like, yeah, all right. But no, I'll tell how I pick my writers. But then I go, well, so I'm up there in the room. Well, half the viewers voted for Trump, you know. So, half your viewers voted for Trump. So, give them a joke or I'll become fucking angry. And, I don't want to get angry. Then I just stare at them, because I'm thinking Clint Eastwood. I love that movie, that Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was the fourth day of shooting the pilot. No Hillary jokes. The spies in the writer's room, who were not the people I insisted on as writers. The ones I had insisted on as writers were there because they could write jokes.
Right.
The writers who couldn't write jokes are my spies, contrary to what the MK producers thought.
Right. Right.
The spies told me that there was quite a convo in the writer's room for 3 days. And then I tell about it, about what was really going on my show and what happened to me. Because it didn't just happen over one tweet.
Right. People were very unhappy that you were kind of providing, humanizing people that may have voted for Trump and humanizing the working people, what they were upset about. And a lot of people did not like that, especially in Hollywood.
My boyfriend said, "Oh, you you put a knife in the hate system, and
Right.
there can't be no fundraising after that."
Right. Right. Because your
Well,
show wasn't based on hate. Yeah.
yeah, because we love everybody, and then the worst of it is this campaign they went on me for, saying my tweet was racist and not
Right.
mischaracterizing it on purpose, and then not allowing me any airtime to explain it,
Yeah. That's criminal.
like
To not let you
censoring me.
speak is criminal. Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, whatever people want to think about it, but they should think about it when you when you don't allow someone to explain their mistake and you censor them instead. That's not a
Yeah.
free country,
No,
is it?
that's not a free country, and it's a country that's trying to punish people, and it's not trying to listen to them. That's not a good place to be.
And also a country that doesn't forgive but keeps trying to smells blood in the water and keeps trying
Right.
to destroy. What we don't want that
Right.
kind of country.
No, I don't think we want
You
that kind
know,
of society at all.
we want a society that forgives and moves on, right?
Yes.
Especially when an apology has been given and restitution made. You don't
Yes.
keep digging people's face under your jackboot.
Right. Right. No, I think that unfortunately that happens far too much. But people are sick of it now. The people are sick of it. The elites and the people that run the networks and own these tech companies want it to keep happening. But I think the people don't want it. I've not heard one person that was offended at what you said. I have not spoken to one person that was angry about it. The only people that were angry were writers and failed comedians, and they were, these fake journalist types. But people want to listen. People want to hear you out. The American public wants to hear people out. They don't want to just throw people in the street. This is being engineered at a very high level by the people that are designing this world, which is a prison they want us all to live in.
Yeah, it's very true. It's a mind prison. It's
Yes.
where thought crimes occur, just like in
Yeah.
Stalinist slash Hitler. Those guys were partners, Stalin and Hitler. People don't
Yeah.
know
And
that, but they
it's
are.
why it's
They were.
important for comedians to resist and fight that with the tools that we can, which is being funny. That's the tool that we
Yeah,
have.
because
That's
you laugh your government to
power.
scorn. Because once you
Yeah.
get people laughing at the bullshit, they can't never go back. It's too ridiculous. But
Yeah.
you
That's the
can't write
super.
this shit.
No.
I mean, if I was to write this joke, nobody would fucking. They go, and they do every day. Go, you're completely crazy. Where do you come up with these ideas that there are, you know? And I just use the modern day parlance for young people because
Yeah.
I think they got them all mind tripped and MK ulcered into this vampire shit.
Well, the mind people are, I mean, the young people are in trouble. And the young people, I think, have to make a choice to
Yeah,
listen to people like yourself who are a little older and wiser. And they have to understand that they shouldn't just be listening to their phone. Their life should not be programmed by somebody in Silicon Valley. And it shouldn't be an algorithm, or they should be making their own decisions and what their own instincts are and what their own feelings are. And everything is kind of programmed for them. And that's kind of sad.
yeah, they got to start having free thinking, free
Yeah, and they
thought.
gotta
That's
stop
what
burning down
liberty
federal
is.
courthouses. Yeah.
That's
They gotta
what
stop.
liberty is. Without that, you
Right.
have no liberty.
That's
For
true.
crying out loud,
It's
how
absolutely true.
low they have fallen. Without liberty, there is no liberty without truth. For fuck's sake!
Right, and they gotta demand that we are able to smoke in airplanes again. I think we
No,
gotta.
I can see
gotta
not doing that because there's kids on there.
well, we need
But
adult
I think they
flights.
should ban children from all flights. That's what I'm
Okay,
thinking.
there you go.
Because
There we
why am I paying first class prices for some fucking green snotty nosed brat to sit
Yeah,
beside me? Because I
yeah,
started buying the seat next to me because every single time it's a fucking family that's getting free first class tickets with their two sick brats, and I
yeah,
can't escape green snot nosed brats for my
I
fucking for
know.
the life of me while I'm
And all
trying to
those
avoid the fucking COVID.
all those little
For
kids are
fuck's
just gonna
sake.
end up in Antifa.
I know. And they'll be blaming me.
They'll be running around with a black backpack, burning down things, blaming, cursing you.
Yeah. But
What a wild world.
I don't want to sit next to him on a plane when I've paid for a first class ticket for fuck's sake. And that's why I want Trump.
I think that's as clear and concise a way to put it. Trump will
Children
get the
should be
kids off the
banned
plane.
from first class. And children should be banned from flights if they have green snot and are coughing in their fucking nose. If an old person was to get on a flight coughing with green snot dripping from their fucking nose and hacking their guts up, they would be turned away. But because they're children, they're given special rights against the rest of us who actually pay taxes. For
I agree.
fuck's sake,
Put them back in the workhouses.
leave them home and have their
Yes.
fucking no good parents go back home and take care of their fucking brats. Try that for a while. Get off your fucking iPhones and your iPads and your shit and go home and take care of your fucking brats. That's what's wrong with everything.
Yes, it's a good point. People need to start going back and parenting and connecting with their kids, and maybe they wouldn't be running around Seattle burning everything down, wearing hoods.
I see these mothers when I go to the grocery store, and they're just on their phones, and their kids are running around shoving their fingers into all the bread, with the green snot fingers, making holes in the buns, digging their fingers right into the hamburger buns because nobody's telling them not to. And I just feel compelled to go up and slap them right in the back of the head like the mother should do, but she's too damn busy on her phone.
Yeah. Well, somebody needs to slap him in the head. Not you, but somebody needs to. I don't want you to get in any more trouble.
But you know what? Mothers should never slap their kids because you know what that means? If you slap your kids, that means you have already lost control. You are a shit mother.
True.
You should be 10 steps ahead of ever needing to slap those kids. You should be controlling them little brats with just a look. And I'm going to show it to you right now because if you don't know it, model it. You ask my son if this don't work. Okay, wait a minute. All mothers should know this. No slap. No slap, no hands on those kids. You simply control them like this.
It's a little scary. It's still. I'm 42. It's still scary.
It still works. That's a very severe look. It's a little bit like Kamala Harris does that look too. She does something very similar.
She's stealing my act too. Hillary stole it first.
Hillary did take your act. She took that working class act.
So did what's her name? The first lady vice president, Sarah Paulson.
Palin.
Oh my God. Palin.
Yeah. Did you ever meet the Clintons? Did you ever meet them? Did you get a feeling when you met them, the Clintons? Did you meet them? Did you get a good feeling or a bad feeling? Did you feel like these people are weird?
Can you hear Tim, Mom?
You don't want to go there, Tim.
Oh.
I'm curious. Now I feel like a kid in a grocery store.
No, yeah, I knew Hillary. That's what, why people go, oh, you hate Hillary. Well, I did not hate Hillary. I supported Hillary against Obama in 2008. I was one of her, supporters at that time. And I liked her because I liked her, I believe that every American taxpayer deserves, health care. And,
right.
Because you pay your taxes for health care, I think. And anyway, that's a whole other discussion that we'll have at another time. However, I did support her in 2008. But well, I'm a Jew.
Right.
So, I vote as a Jew. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
And I didn't like a lot of things she did, because I'm a supporter of Israel. So let's just let it that.
Sure.
So,
of course,
that's why I like Trump.
Yeah. Understandable.
I like the Jews. I like the Jews. Well, most of them, half of them. The rest of them,
right.
Jesus. But half of them at least I like.
I know a lot of them are not. They're not voting for Trump, but but what can you do?
There's a lot.
You know?
Everybody is just. I wish everybody could just like stop fighting and like go, hey, let's figure out a problem and solve it. We
That
have
would
we
be
have the
great.
machinery and the tech. Let's fucking give it up. We have enough money.
That
The
would be
one thing I
great. But
did want to say as a ex-socialist is the thing that really blew me away is to see that the left is like controlled by billionaire socialists. And as a former
right,
socialist, I just want to say that's an oxymoron. Hello.
right, right, right. Yeah,
There's
there's a
no fucking
problem.
such thing as a billionaire socialist. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's a real problem. That's a contradiction in terms. That's a
Yeah.
that's a real issue. But I hope everybody at one time when we all evolve and we ascend like you have, we could drop the isms and just deal
Yeah,
with the
let's get
problem.
rid of it.
Yeah.
Let's solve
Let's-
something, talk less, do more. If everybody put a
yeah.
big fucking fork in their yap and listen to me more, I'm the only fucking person that makes any goddamn sense. And I'm the only one that's not allowed to fucking talk. So take that
I
in for
know.
2 seconds.
Well, you could talk. You just have to talk on the internet,
Yeah.
which, as
Are
you
you
said, is
locked
the
in the bathroom? Were you locked in there? Oh my God, I know that handle doesn't work
I'm
sometimes.
gonna leave it open. I know you pee.
Yeah, I never close the door when I pee. That's why.
I was like,
Well,
I gotta get that fixed.
your assistant got locked in the bathroom.
Yeah,
Your assistant got
I always
locked in.
lock in there. Yeah.
That's great. You do keep them. I like the way you keep them fearful. Lock them in the
Well,
room. Important.
well, it looks that way, but it's just my being stoned all the time. I don't know how anything works.
Yeah.
But anyway, I surely appreciate your time and your humor, and you
No,
are a
and
good
thank
person.
you so much. Thanks for having me. And
How
we all,
old are you, by the way?
35.
Oh, you're younger than my kids.
Yeah, a little bit. 35. But in comedy years, that's 55, I guess, right? In terms
No,
of.
that's 7, honey. That's 7 in comedy year.
Is it? That's scary.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about 20 now.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you. I'm glad our videos make you laugh because we and my producer and me and everybody, we've been watching you, and Joe Rogan and me always talk about what a fucking legend you are. And we
Oh, I
just
love
love
him so much.
yeah, we love your show. And we hope when COVID's over, maybe we'll get you out to a club and have you go up there live and tell everyone what you think. Because I'm telling you right now, they would
Probably
fucking love it.
not, because I don't want to be around people. They fucking they're covered with germs. They smell bad. They they think I don't see that. They scratch their butt and then go, "I'd like to shake your hand, Miss Barr." I know what they're doing. I don't.
know.
I'd rather just
I
be on
know.
the internet.
But then maybe
I'm like
we'll
Howard
just,
Hughes now.
yeah. We might just roll down a screen at the Comedy Store, like a projector screen, and then maybe you'll just be on it.
That's what I think. I should charge everybody $25 to go to a church or something, and I'll come on Zoom. I'll be able to see them, and I'll insult each and every fucking one of them in front of all their peers.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea.
Everybody, watch Tim Dillon. He'll make you laugh your fucking ass off till you pee in your pants. He's
Thank
great.
you, Roseanne. Thank you, Roseanne, and everybody
Thank
watch
you for
Roseanne.
talking with me.
Thank you for having me, Roseanne. You're the best. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're the best. Thank you for coming.
All right. Thank you, love.
Bye-bye. Good night.